Hello friends and welcome to Spoonful of Simplicity English. Today we're going to learn an eggless blueberry cake that's delicious and really easy to make. Let's get started. We'll start with the cake sponge, for which I need half a cup of curd or yogurt. We're going to add 3/4 cups of castor sugar or powdered sugar to this. Using a whisk, we're going to mix it together till the sugar seems completely dissolved. Once that's done, we are going to need 1/4 cup of odourless oil. You can use any odourless oil that's at your disposal. I've used refined oil here. And mix these again very well so that they form a nice homogeneous mixture. We add half a teaspoon of vanilla essence or extract and 1 teaspoon of blueberry or mixed fruit essence. Now, the fruit essence is optional. If you don't have that, you may use vanilla, one teaspoonful of vanilla essence, which should do equally good. We added a little less than half a cup of milk here. We've kept the rest to adjust the consistency in case we need that. Now for the dry ingredients, we've taken 1 cup of refined flour or maida, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Please note I'm using a little more salt in this recipe because I'm going to use compote in this cake, which is rather sweet, which makes the entire cake rather sweet. So to counter that, I'm using little more than usual salt in this recipe. All right, now after we've added the dry ingredients, we need to mix it well until we don't see any large flour pockets in your batter. And after that, if you need, like for instance in my case, my batter seemed a little thick, so I've added around 1 teaspoon of milk and I've mixed this together, and that brings me to a perfect consistency where it forms beautiful ribbons, as you can see. Now to end it all, I do a little cut and fold on my batter. It just helps forming no dome on my cake when it's baked, which helps me if I'm going to frost the cake later on with whipping cream or buttercream. All right. For this amount of batter, I recommend a 7 or 8 inch cake tin, which you need to line well either with parchment paper, or if you prefer to use the old-fashioned oil and refined flour dusting method, both are equally fine. We are going to transfer the batter to this tin, tap it a little and then put it in a preheated oven at 160 or 170 degrees centigrade and bake it for around 35 to 40 minutes. Using a skewer, you're going to make sure if it is completely baked and then take it out. My cake is perfectly baked and it took around 42 minutes in the oven, and after it got a little less hot, I took it out of the cake tin, and now I'm opening it so that it can cool down completely, and I'm going to leave it on a rack so that it gets enough air to cool down sooner. In the meantime, while it cools down, we're going to prepare the whipping cream. So I've taken 1 cup heavy whipping cream here. I'm using a non-dairy whipping cream, so I'm not going to use any sugar because this cream already has some amount of sugar. And I'm going to start beating it with a hand beater at slow speed first to start with, and then we'll gradually increase the speeds. In the start, I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of fruit essence here, mixed fruit essence. If you don't have that, please feel free to use vanilla essence. It will be equally good. After this, we're going to beat this at slow speed till it forms soft peak consistency, after which I've added a blue gel color. This is completely optional, and then beat it at very high speed till this cream forms stiff peaks like this. All right, our cream is done, and now my cake is also cooled down. Now we're ready for frosting. I'm going to slice this cake. I baked my cake in a rather small tin, so because I needed a tall cake, and I'm going to use a cake leveler like the one I'm using here, and I'm going to slice it in 4. But if you were using a 7 or 8 inch cake tin, you should be good to have 2 or 3 layers of the cake. Using the cake leveler, I'm going to cut it down in 4 layers. Now if you don't have a cake leveler, serrated knife or thread can do equally good. I'm going to put this cake on a cake base, and I've used a sugar syrup to moisten the cake first, and then I'm adding a little bit of the whipping cream. I need to level it out, and then I'm going to form a little circle around the rim of this cake, and then I'm going to fill in the blueberry compote. Now friends, the blueberry compote I'm using is one that I prepared myself at home using fresh fruit, but if you can also get this easily in the market, and if you don't get the compote, you can easily substitute it with blueberry crush. In case you want to learn how to make the compote, please mention it on the comments, and I'll be happy to do a video for you to make these compotes at home. Alright, so we repeat the same step for all the layers, and we come up to the final layer where I'm going to add more compote. And now this is a blueberry cake, and when I talk about a flavor, I really like to have somebody to have a mouthful of that flavor when they bite into this. Now my cake is ready. I've embellished it with some fresh blueberries, and now I'm going to cut out a piece and show you how beautiful the layers look. And well, you can't smell it, you can't taste it, but believe me, it smells amazing, and it is super delicious. All right, so here we go. I've got beautiful layers on this cake. This is an easy to make cake, and you must try it at home. You can even forward this recipe to some of your friends or family who'd like to bake a similar cake. You must try it and let us know in the comment section how do you find this recipe, and if you'd like to learn anything more, please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel so that you're always aware of the new recipes that I post. Should you wish to find us on social media, we've left the addresses at the end. Till we meet again, please take very good care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.